We're doing great. We have the best polling numbers we've ever had. We have the best numbers in the country.
Everything in red. Our Fox polling disapproves at 59%, Washington Post, ABC News 57%, Wall Street Journal at 54%. It seems like you're pushing a car uphill. And you've got 9 months to turn it around. You know Democrats are juiced. They are ready to vote tomorrow. Do you have enough runway to get this economy where it needs to be before November?
Oh, that's gonna hurt!
There's only so many times you can fake polls, especially when your very own Fox is showing you underwater.
And I had to go through, and I still do, fake stories, fake polls. I had polls for the election that showed I was going to get swamped, and I won in a landslide. They were fake polls because polls are tough. When you get a fake poll, I get them today. I saw one today that I'm at 40%. 40%. I'm not at 40%. I'm at much higher than that. I'd love to run against anybody. The real polls say you kill everybody. It wouldn't even be close. But you go through the fake polls, you go through the fake stories. And I said, it was good because this is really a much more powerful term than I would have had if I had run, because it was just one of those things. There would be nothing to compare it to.
The Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, and Fox all have Trump underwater in red around the economy. In fact, it was Fox that had even the most underwater. Perhaps my favorite part was the fact that J.D. Vance was that one who had to hear that information. Of course, he tried to explain it or somehow excuse it, and the talking point was Biden.
Well, Bill, in some ways, we are pushing a car uphill because the Biden administration left us such a disaster of an economy, the highest peacetime debt in American history, skyrocketing inflation. A lot of Americans who had lost $3,000 was how much the average American had lost in take-home pay. Now, in a year, we've actually seen the average American gain about $1,200 in take-home pay. But if you're sitting at home from the perspective of the Biden administration, you are still worse off than you were when Joe Biden took over. So we are absolutely pushing that car uphill. But here's the good news, Bill. I think we're about to get over the hump. I think that tax season is around the corner. A lot of Americans, because of no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, they're about to get a massive tax income refund. We've seen this massive trillions and trillions of dollars coming into our country to build new factories. Those construction jobs are starting to hit the economy. Then the manufacturing jobs, once those factories are built, will hit the economy too. So I think that we've got a lot of momentum here. But the president said this last night. We inherited a mess. Our ask to the American people is let us continue to fix this mess, make your life better. That's what the president is prioritizing, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
There was a poll released yesterday of Wisconsin voters where 70% of respondents said their biggest concerns right now are affordability and the cost of living.
Sure.
What can still be done at the federal level to ease some of those affordability concerns that Wisconsinites still have?
Well, look, it's our top concern too. We want people to be able to afford a good life. Nothing breaks my heart more than the idea that you've got somebody who goes out, they bust their rear end, they come home, they want to give their kids a nice meal. Maybe once or twice a year, they want to take their kids on a nice vacation. We want people to be able to afford that so long as they work hard and play by the rules. And I think the thing that we've tried to remind ourselves of in the Trump administration is we were put in a very big hole. When you talk about the average American family under Biden's leadership that lost $3,000 of take-home,
I wonder how long they plan on blaming Biden. The fact is, every Republican history in decades now has done more to hurt the economy than help the economy. Republicans come in like Reagan with his trickle-down economics and hurt the economy. And then we had Bill Clinton, the only one who has actually balanced a budget in decades. Happened again with Bush. 2008 market crisis. Obama came in and cleaned it up. Trump, COVID, Biden set us on his path, passing the infrastructure bill, the CHIPS Act bill. And now, of course, we have Trump tanking it all with the whims of his tariffs and his taxes on the wealthy. Well, it was interesting in there because in addition to blaming Biden, J.D. Vance also actually tries to take credit for Biden, but talking about manufacturing jobs. Well, those manufacturing jobs aren't starting here because of Trump's tariffs, where we see actually businesses failing as a result. No, it is because of that CHIPS Act. It is because of the Infrastructure Act. The CHIPS Act allowed an infusion of government money in order to build manufacturing plants for the technology of the future. So J.D. Vance is both blaming Biden and taking credit for Biden, which is not surprising. Trump can't do anything but destroy things. He knows how to destroy the East Wing. He still cannot try to rebuild it. He's already destroying our economy. He does not know how to rebuild it.
You said you inherited a mess from President Biden when it comes to the economy. But at what point is it on you? At what point are we in the Trump economy?
Oh, I'd say we're there now. I'm very proud of it, 5.6%. You know, we have a GDP of 5.6 despite a shutdown. We had a 42-day shutdown. They call it the Democrat shutdown. And because of that, I lost 1.5 points. I would have been at a 7 GDP, which hasn't been seen, I don't know, ever, maybe ever.
Yeah.
And I think 26 is even going to be better. You know, we have hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our country.